In our culture, the father is often an absent figure. Like in my case, my father passed when I was 2 years old, but hey, that was part of my soul plan when I came here to earth. But it's true that many times in our society, the father is absent both physically and emotionally. But it's our responsibility to heal that relationship. In an attempt to imitate the young boys, to imitate what is a real man, young boys are pushed to sever the ties of their emotional connections during their explosive phase of adolescence. And this process of disconnection results in an amputation of vulnerability and tenderness, qualities that are replaced by a facade of immortality. I am a man because I fear nothing, because I feel no pain, because I need no one. Thus, the man becomes trapped in the mystery and silence of masculinity, where the only emotional connection that remains intact is the anger. So anger is the only emotion that is preserved and the one that revalidates masculinity and is socially accepted and valued in men, transforming them into figures of strength and leadership. From a shamanic point of view, that's what I practice. This phenomenon can be understood as a profound imbalance in ancestral energies. In the shamanic worldview, the balance between the masculine and feminine energies is essential for the harmony of the individual and the community. When the father is absent, not only is guiding a protected figure is lost, but the connection with the ancestral masculine energies is also destabilized, leading to a disconnection from oneself and from the family lineage. In the shamanic path, the importance of healing ancestral wounds and reconnecting with ancestors is recognized essential for restoring masculine energy in its purest form and most balanced form, and the emotional disconnection observed in many men today can be seen as a reflection of this disconnection with their lineage and with the father's energy. Anger is the only permanent emotion that acts as a defense against the deep pain of being out of touch with their heart, with their vulnerability, and with the true strength that comes from a healthy, integrated, and earth and spirit connected masculinity. When we project our expectations and desires onto the nothingness of masculinity, we build on a void that only perpetuates disconnection. We create false certainties to feel the uncertainty that that absence of emotional communication generates. This inability to communicate reflects a pattern of disconnection that has been learned and perpetuated. In the shamanic context, this silence is not a sign of strength, but a deep wound that requires healing. The fear that arises when we encounter an emotionally available man reveals our own fear of intimacy and authentic sharing, and it's easier to live in a fantasy than in the reality of a relationship where both are present and connected. Often, we prefer masculine silence because it allows us to project our own narratives and keep us in control and avoiding the vulnerability that comes with true intimacy. An emotionally unavailable man will always leave a trail of frustration in his way, forcing those who engage with him to construct a disappointing and fictional image. Such a relationship is unsustainable because the lack of emotional ability prevents any real emotional responsibility. From the perspective of shamanism, the path to healing involves dismantling these projections and fantasies and recognizing the true nature of our relationships and the impact of ancestral wounds. And we must work to restore the connection with our lineage and with the authentic masculine energy. An energy that does not fear vulnerability, that is present and that can be loved and be loved. I wish for a world where men are willing to love and be loved, where they are emotionally available, and where they can transform their isolation into presence and cultivate a collective intimacy that benefits all. This is a call to healing, to reconnecting with our own roots, and to creating a new way of being men. One that is aligned with love, with ancestral wisdom, in touch with their emotions and feelings, and in true strength of the spirit. Healthy masculinity recognizes the importance of ancestral wisdom and understanding that the true powers comes from being grounded in one's lineage and the spiritual roots. This form of masculinity embraces emotional agility, allowing men to express feelings authentically while maintaining their inner strength. It rejects the notion that masculinity is about fearlessness or emotional detachment, and instead teaches that true strength comes from openness, compassion, and the willingness to engage in healing for oneself, for others, and for the whole planet.